This is the season of gift giving, and sometimes it can be hard to figure out what to buy someone. One Decatur man knew exactly what he wanted to do last month for a fellow Marine right after meeting him. And that surprise made him an angel among us.
Semper Fi.
Hell, Semper Fi to you.
Two Marines, 25 years and two wars apart.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Same boot camp, same Marine division, same corporal rank.
So there were a lot of coincidences there.
Les Gadberry's service started at the age of 19 back in 1942 after the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
I want to go to the best. I thought the Marine Corps was the best.
Over the next 3 years, the machine gunner was on the front lines of some of the most historic campaigns of World War II. Bougainville, Guam, Iwo Jima.
We landed on Iwo Jima. There was 206 in our company, and 56 of them were killed, see, and probably most of the rest of them were wounded. When I left the island, I thought, they said, well, how do you feel? I feel elated and so forth. The battle's over. So to me, I didn't know whether it was a win or a loss when you can figure all the casualties. See.
Gadberry finished his service back in Washington, D.C., even playing a part in Felix de Weldon's original sculpture of that iconic photograph from Iwo Jima. He and his friends were models, so the artist could work. You had to reenact that so that he could
we did it for Felix, you know, to look at and study him.
Thankfully, the Monticello man decided his incredible military career needed to be put to paper. And you remember all of these guys?
Oh, gosh, yeah. They were good friends, all of them. One day I got me a notepad and started writing.
He started in 2000 and finished 3 years later. That's where John Martin comes in.
I'm reading his memoirs, and I tell my wife, we have to go see this man.
You see, Martin fought in a very different war, Vietnam, from 1968 to 69.
I don't think I slept a great deal during those 2 years.
But the stories of the greatest generation kept him going.
And I had to come here and tell Les that he and his fellow Marines have been an inspiration to me all my life. Whenever I was faced with something that seemed maybe bigger than I could handle, I could think back to what those guys faced on those beaches and realized if they could do that, I can do anything.
The two veterans got to meet, and during that first visit, one of Gadberry's stories stood out, losing his Ka-Bar knife in the late 50s on a camping trip.
It was a prized possession. It was part of me.
This knife is something that ties Marines of all generations together.
Martin was on a new mission.
We've got to get him a replacement.
He also drew up designs and built a display case.
I've never made anything quite like this before, and I probably never will again, but I wanted to make it special for Les.
And the surprise was everything.
Oh. It's not the one you carried, but it's a replacement. Oh, wow.
That's the one you carried, lad.
It was one of those cases where you really knew you did the right thing.
Beautiful knife, beautiful workmanship.
A handmade gesture that has now built a bond stronger than the gift itself.
I'm mighty proud to claim you as a new Marine friend.
It's mutual. Semper Fi.
Okay, Semper Fi, you bet.
Now, a little bit more about the Ka-Bar knife. It is still part of the Marine uniform today. It hasn't changed since World War II. Gadberry told me he used his for everything but fighting, opening cans and coconuts. He says it will stay in its case for now. And let me tell you, it was a privilege meeting these two men. And just listening to their stories and watching them together, it was a really special day.